Hello viewers. Now today we are going to continue with mathematics tutorial and lecture. So I want to talk on quadratic equation. Now when we talk about quadratic equation, there are different methods of solving quadratic equation. We have factorization method. We can use formula method also, which is being derived by completing the square, and I have done video on how to derive formula method. You can check my video using my YouTube name. And also it can also be solved with graph. You can also solve quadratic equation using graph. But today I want to look at the factorization method of solving quadratic equation. Factorization method. Now this method is very simple. You just have to know your multiplication table, addition, subtraction, and there you are there. Then I will look at the question. Let's take a question: x squared plus 7x plus 10 equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation. Whenever you see the one of the variable raised to power 2, then you should know that you are dealing with quadratic equation. Now if you have a question like this, how will you solve it? Just follow a step-by-step method that I'm going to apply here, the principle, and then you will go and you will get it. Now if you are going to solve this, now this place we call this is A, this is B, this is C. That is, this part is A, the coefficient here is A, this is B, this is C. Then you are going to multiply these two, A and C, that is x squared and 10. We are going to multiply them together. If you say that x squared times 10, it will give you 10x squared. 10x squared. Now, you are going to find two numbers in the sense that when you multiply them together, they will give you 10x squared. And then when you subtract or add, it will give you 7x. That is, this place, this 7x, when you add the two numbers, it will give you the 7x, or you subtract them, give you 7x. And then when you multiply them together, you are going to get 10x squared. Now, how are we going to get the number? This is very important. Now, you look at yourself. Which two numbers can I multiply together that can give me 10? You have to find out the two numbers. Now, we have different numbers that can give us 10 when we multiply them together. Then you are going to select the first one. Let's say we have 10 and 1. 10 and 1 will give me 10 because 10 times 1 will give me 10. Not only that, I have 5 and 2. 5 and 2 also will give me 10 because 5 times 2 is 10. Now you are going to ask yourself, which of these numbers, when I add them together or I subtract, will give me 7? Now, if you say 10 minus 1, it won't give you 7, that is 9. If you say 10 plus 1, it will give you 7, that is 11. Now you come here. If you say 5 plus 2, you are going to get 7. Then if you say 5 minus 2, you are going to get 3. So you now see that 5 plus 2 will give me 7. So I'm not going to use 10 and 1, I'm going to use 5 and 2. Now, having known that you are going to use 5 and 2, having gotten that now, we are going to use 5 and 2. Then another thing you are going to look at is the sign. The sign, whether it corresponds to what you are looking for. Now the sign here, the sign beside this x square is plus, invisible plus. And then the sign here is plus. So plus times plus give me plus. This is plus 10x squared. And here you have plus here, plus 7x. So I am going to put your sign for these two. Now, if I put plus 5 minus 2, plus 5 minus 2 will give me 3, which is not equals to plus 7. I can also do plus 5 plus 2. Now, plus 5 plus 2 will give me plus 7, and also give me plus 5 times plus 2, I'm going to get plus 10. This one give me plus 10. Plus 5 times minus 2 will give me minus 10. Now, if you do minus 5 minus 2, this one will give me minus 5 minus 2. Minus 5 times minus 2 will give me plus 10. Then minus 5 minus 2 will give me minus 7. This one plus 5 minus 2 will give me plus 3. This one plus 5 plus 2 will give me plus 7. I can also do this way. So I have plus and minus. I can also do minus 2 plus 5. Minus 2 times minus 5 will give me minus 10. Minus 2 plus 5 will give me plus 3. Just like this one. Just like this one. So the next one, instead of this, the next one I should do is minus 5 plus 2. Minus 5 times minus 2. Minus 5 times plus 2 will give me minus 10. Then minus 5 plus 2 will give me minus 3. Now, I have given the two numbers various signs. Now, which of these signs correspond to the one I'm looking for, which is plus 10, then plus 7, plus 10x squared, then plus 7. If you look at it, you will see that it is this one plus 5 plus 2 that gives me plus 10 and plus 7. So the two numbers I'm now going to adopt are plus 5 plus 2. Then put your x beside it. You put your x beside it. Hope you are following. Now I've gotten the two numbers that I'm going to use. Now, having gotten the two numbers, what then will you do? Then you use these two numbers to replace this plus 7, because plus 5 plus 2 will still give me plus 7. So now do it this way: x squared plus 5x plus 2x. Then you add the last number that is there, plus 10 equals to 0. Then you put this in brackets here, then here. You put them in brackets. And then you now factorize. That's why I call the factorization method. You factorize. What will you factorize? Look at these two numbers, x squared and x. Which of the number, the variable, is the same? Which of them is the same? You have x here and you have x here. That means that we can bring out x from these two. So we put that x in brackets. If I take away x from x squared, that is, this is just what it means, x squared over x. X here cancel, x remain x. That means that if I take away one x from this x, it remains x plus this one, 5x divided by x. 5x divided by x, x cancel x. We have only 5. So 5. You close the bracket. You look at this place, plus 2x and 10. What is common here? X is not common because this one has x, this one does not have x. 2 is common. You have 2 here, and also 2 can goes in 10 because 2 is a factor of 10. So you bring out this 2 because 2 can go in both of them. So bring out this 2, you have plus 2. Then you open your brackets. When you remove plus 2 from plus 2x, you're going to have only x that remain. Then plus 10 divided by plus 2. That will give me 5 equals 0. And now, from here now, you are having x plus 5 the same. Then x plus 2. So you now write this as these two, x and plus 2. So you have x plus 2 in one bracket. Then take one of these since they are the same in bracket, x plus 5 equals 0. Good. At this stage now, you equate each of them to 0, which means x plus 2 equals 0 or x plus 5 equals 0. Then what is your final answer? When this goes to the other side, when plus close to the other side goes to minus, so you have x minus equals to minus 2 or x equals to minus 5. So it now becomes x equals to minus 2 or minus 5. So these two are what we call the root of the equation. So if you are asked to solve this quadratic equation and find the roots, so the roots are minus 2 or minus 5. That's just simple logic about quadratic equation by factorization method. We are going to still discuss more and more on this. So this will give you a kind of how you can go about it whenever you want to solve quadratic equation by factorization. And it's very easy. Just this simple method. Know your multiplication table, because you have to know how to get the two numbers that I talk about. You have to know how to get the two numbers. So in our next video, we're going to see another example that will make us to know how we can change the factor. This factor we have gotten, how we can change it back to getting the equation. So we meet till then.